we kind of have to do this. It's the 4th of July, Kate. We should probably tell people exactly what we're looking for and what maybe they should be looking for in that 4th of July cookout. It's time for a draft.
Welcome to the 2025 Daily Tip Draft.
So we are going to go snake draft style. Kate will lead us off, then me, then Double D, and we'll wrap back around. We are going to draft the things you have to have, at least in our opinions anyway, at the 4th of July cookout, barbecue, party, whatever you're doing today, the things you have to have in order to have a good 4th of July party. So with that, Kate, I believe you are up first.
All right, guys, this is an easy one, and I'm sorry I'm just taking this off the bat, but it is the belle of the ball for cookouts. You gotta have the hot dog. Gotta have the hot dog. Get the grill growing, get it fired up. No ketchup, just a little mustard on there. If you're Chicago like me, Chicago dog, get all those toppings going as well. You got to get the pickle, the celery salt, the relish, the jalapeno, the tomato. Phenomenal stuff, but hot dog has to lead off our draft.
Yeah, I mean that's a can't miss first overall pick, top prospect. Didn't even work out at the combine. Didn't even interview at the combine. Just had everybody show up at Portillo's for the pro day, and bang, there you go. First overall pick, no question at all. Hot dog. All right, that brings us to the second overall pick, and the pick is in Double D. There it is. Can't do a draft without the sounder. I love it. If you're going to go hot dogs first overall, Kate, I can't let this one slip down the board. Got to have burgers, too. You got to have burgers on the grill for a 4th of July cookout. So with hot dogs off the board, that's the next best available protein. I don't know, do hot dogs qualify as protein? We don't need to know what's in there. But hamburger. Look, if you're one of those people who can't stand hot dogs for whatever reason, first of all, I'll question your patriotism on the 4th of July. But second of all, I'll understand to a certain extent. And I'll go with a burger, second overall in the Daily Tip July 4th cookout draft.
You guys are just killing right now. So I gotta go off the board. And luckily, knowing that I was going third in the first round, I knew what I was going to take. So the pick is in. With the final pick in the first round, I'm going barbecue sandwich.
Okay. Good call.
Whether it be pulled pork, brisket, I don't care. A barbecued sandwich, yes, please.
Yes. It's a great call, Double D. The only worry is that sometimes you get somebody who's a little inexperienced, or maybe they don't make it themselves. They go out and they get it from the store, and it's in that silver tray, and they didn't cook it themselves, and now you're questioning the quality. But a good barbecue sandwich, like you said, pulled pork, brisket, whatever it may be. I mean, we knew the first round was going to be all protein picks, and really it's 4th of July. You got to have whatever's on the grill or on the smoker or whatever. So that's a great call by you. You also get to lead off the second round.
Let me just ask this question really quick. Let's dive into it. Are we really going to a 4th of July party where we don't know who's cooking and how good their grilling and smoking abilities are? Come on.
Sometimes you get dragged to a party. Maybe you just started dating someone, you're meeting the family, all that kind of stuff. You show up to the cookout. Grandma's potato salad has 1/4-inch size chunks of celery in it. And you got the runny coleslaw, and they're playing terrible music, and it's bad, right? So, look, the possibility exists. You get yourself into a 4th of July cookout this year where you don't know what to expect. This is how you end up with a draft bust, but hopefully that doesn't happen to anybody today.
Yeah, for sure. All right, we're going to start off the second round hot. I'm going with my favorite side. The pick is in. Come on now. Baked mac and cheese, ladies and gentlemen.
Damn it.
Baked mac and cheese. Yes.
That's a great one. Do you put bacon in that mac and cheese?
No.
All right,
I'll be honest with you. I'm a person who loves mac and cheese all on its own. And Mac, this is a Pennsylvania. Well, it's not really a Pennsylvania thing, but it's gotten very popular in Pennsylvania. Have you ever tried Cooper Sharp cheese, Mac?
No, I haven't.
Do it and make mac and cheese with it. Your life will change.
Okay. Yeah, it's got to be homemade mac and cheese. It can't be any of this stuff. You know, you can't bust out the Kraft Easy Mac on 4th of July. You got to go with the good stuff. A good baked mac and cheese with the crust on top, and you got to fight to get the spoon in there and scoop it out. Oh yeah, that's the way to go. Great pick by you, Double D.
I appreciate it.
Chris, you're up next.
Oh, I am. Snake draft order threw me off. I'm going to be honest. All right. Sides, I can tell, are going to go quick in the second round, but I don't know if there's any value left on the board with sides, to be quite honest. So I'm going to go to, the next best thing you have to have at the cookout. It doesn't have to be fancy. It doesn't have to be some sort of twice filtered hops from Northern Bavaria crap. The pick is in, Double D. With the second pick in the second round of the Daily Tip July 4th Cookout Draft, give me a good, cheap, ice-cold light beer. Miller Lite, Bud Light, Coors Light. Here in the Steel City, we have a glorious thing called IC Light, Iron City Light, with hints of the Allegheny on the back of your palate. Any kind of cheap, ice-cold light beer, baby.
Whoa. You're burying the lead, sir. How dare you, a Pennsylvania man, not bring up the greatest beer from Pennsylvania?
Don't. Is this going to be a Yingling argument, Double D?
Hell yes.
What beer is this?
Yingling is the greatest beer in the United States
that's the name
of
the
America.
Beer.
Yingling, yes. Yungling. Yingling. It is a good, not dark, but darker lager. It's delicious. I'm not saying Yingling isn't good, Double D, but look, I'm at a 4th of July cookout. I'm getting there at like 2 in the afternoon. I'm going to be there all day, deep into the night while people are blowing stuff up. If I have 8 or 9 Yinglings, I'm going to be sitting there all bloated, unable to... Give me cheap, ice-cold, light beer.
All right. I would argue Yingling Light or Yingling Flight, but okay. I'll let you have your...
We agree to disagree.
I've never had Yingling before, but I just Googled it, and looking at the cans, the marketing of it, it looks like a very heavy beer. It looks like a Budweiser, like heavy.
But it's definitely a lager that you can't pound 12 of them at the cookout all afternoon.
Right.
I don't think.
Right.
Anyway, but Double D and I disagree.
My round 2. Third pick. Chris said that sides, there's no more value. The prospects aren't that great. I'd like to disagree here. Okay. I have found a diamond in the rough in terms of prospects in this draft for sides. So, Double D, the pick is in. You've got your hot dog on your plate. It's a scorching hot day. Chris has already taken the beer off the table, so you've got one of those next to you, of course. Under the sun, who doesn't want some juicy watermelon on the side of their plate? You can eat a ton of it throughout the day. It's one of those things that you can just continue to snack on. It's refreshing. It's thirst quenching without pounding another beer, which we all do love that. But watermelon for a cookout, a barbecue, that is a staple you have to have.
That's a great call by you, actually, Kate. Great call. Great pick. Yeah. Great value late in the second round.
Yeah. This is also going to be, so we're starting round 3 here, snake draft. I'm up once again. This is maybe going to be a little controversial, but I think it's just one of those players you have on your roster that's just solid. They show up every day. They work hard. They know their role. That's the thing here. You got to know your role. So round 3, pick one. It is in, Double D. And I mentioned this yesterday. Potato chips. You have to have a potato chip. I don't care if it's Lay's Original. I don't care if it's Ruffles. I don't care if it's sour cream and onion or even barbecue. But you have to have a little crunch on that plate. That goes perfectly with the juicy watermelon. Like, we're just building the perfect roster here. And in order to have a well-rounded roster, you need some crunch there. You need a little saltiness. Potato chip. Round 3, number 1.
That is a guard with a wrestling background from a Big Ten school. That's what that is. That's a glue guy right there. Chips in the third round. Great move by you. All right. In the third round, with the second pick of the third round, the pick is in. And I'm going to go off the board a little bit here. You know, this guy was a dual sport athlete in college, played hoops primarily, but you know what? He's going to pivot to football now that he's a pro. Great athleticism, and it's important. I mentioned this earlier. You don't know what you're going into at a cookout. You get there, the music's terrible, the vibe is off. You've got to have a great playlist. This is not food, but it's going on the board. It is, if you get there, and I don't know, maybe it could be whatever doesn't work for you, right? Like, I've been to parties before. They've got nothing but country or nothing but classic rock. And I'll be honest, you get some downers in the mix. And before you know it, the vibe is up. You got to have a great mix, a good playlist, not too dirty because there's kids around probably, right? We've all been there at a party where it's like, oh, wait, did you just play How Do You Want It by Tupac and Casey and JoJo, the unedited version? There's a 3-year-old over there singing, How Do You Want It? And it's like, no, that's not going to fly. So a great playlist. Clutch in the third round here of our Daily Tip July 4th Cookout Draft.
Solid choice. All right, I got the last pick in the third round. I'm a fat kid, so of course I'm staying with food. My pick is in. I am going ice cream cookie sandwich.
Ooh.
How did I miss that one?
Yeah.
Ice cream cookie sandwich, underrated, so delicious. I can't wait. Let's move right into the fourth round. Fourth round, first pick. Pick is in. Now, I just talked about my dessert, but for me, this is my real dessert, and this is how I finish off my night. A nice sipping whiskey or bourbon on the rocks.
Okay. A double dessert from Double D. I like it. The ice cream cookie sandwich and then the bourbon. That's a great call, my friend. All right. My final pick of the draft before we get to Kate's Mr. Irrelevant in the Daily Tip July 4th Cookout Draft. Again, I'm getting a little off the board here. I'm not going food. I mean, it's a staple of America on the 4th of July. You're at a backyard cookout. You got to have somebody blowing stuff up. Give me fireworks. You drove over the state line wherever you had to go to get them. I don't know how far. I don't know how legal they are. You tell the kids to stay about a good 75 yards away just in case the whole thing goes up in smoke, literally and figuratively. Give me fireworks with my last pick.
All right, Chris. I'm also going to tack onto that and go with a non-food choice for Mr. Irrelevant here. Fourth round, third pick, yard games. You need bags, cornholes. I don't care what you call it. You need, I'm blanking on yard games here. I don't care what they are. You just need yard games. Yes, horseshoe. Yeah. You need to be able to play something in the backyard, have a little friendly competition on the 4th of July.
That's a Brock Purdy level pick on the final pick of the Daily Tip July 4th Cookout Draft. Great job by you, Kate.